What up, YouTube family and gang? Coming at you guys with another one. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. Thanks for hitting the thumbnail. I appreciate that too. To all my subscribers that's already part of the team, thank you guys for being here too. That means a lot to me too. Please like, share, and subscribe. Alright guys, I'm going to continue on in this video from my last video, episode 2 of The Penguin, which ended, I believe, last Sunday on HBO Max. With only 8 episodes, by the way, which isn't bad for the first season. In the beginning scenes of episode 2, it starts off kind of crazy. With Sophia, she having like dreams, more like daymares, because she's in her shrink office, who hypnotized her into the dream she was having, where she sees her brother get shot from behind while he's facing her in the dream. Again, still keeping it dark and edgy, which is a plus for the series and also the universe. Batman universe, I should say. Moments later, Penguin visits Sal again. He realized that Sal knows about the war that he started between the two families. During the meeting, they also discussed hitting the drop of the Falcons, which, by the way, is a crafty setup for them using FEMA trucks as a carrier and putting the drugs in blue barrels. So it give off an impression that it's waste or something. Brilliant idea, guys. For real. But the hit job don't go as planned, with one of Sal's men getting hit in the chest. And after the hit job, the Penguin and the Falcon family have a sit down. And we get introduced to a whole new family member. A whole new boss, too. Who's the uncle of Al and Sophia, and younger brother of Carmine. His name is Luca. During the meeting, it was the idea brought up that someone is a mole within the organization, but don't know who for certain. Which makes sense because the operation is almost foolproof, guys. Like them using the FEMA truck. Who think about hitting the FEMA truck? But later on, Penguin pulls Sophia to the side and starts to work his crafty scheme and ideas he put in her head that she should be the boss, not her uncle. And how the people in the organization think she isn't capable or has the mental to succeed as a boss. But not him. He believes she can do it. Allegedly. It's a crafty nigga. During the conversation, you can see a light goes off in her face, but she tells him to remain in the place as a soldier. Next scene over, the Penguin has a meeting with Victor and tells him his plan to plant something on one of the guys in the organization to alleviate him from being a suspect in the mold situation and get closer to Al's shipment. You gotta get your hands on Al's shipment. That's the goal, obviously. The woman that the Penguin used for an alibi found out the real reason he needed one and started to worry that the heat would be drawn to her and her smart organization. She is a high-end escort. But the Penguin reassures her that his plan to plant evidence on the underboss, Vidi. Alright, now guys, remember when I mentioned that the Penguin was robbing Carmine, his dead boss, before his son walked in on him? The last episode? Well, before that, the Penguin picked up a folder that had paperwork in it and pictures in it as well. And then one of those was the underboss smashing his new boss wife. But at the time, he wasn't the boss of the family. Basically, Vidi was smashing Luca's wife. Crazy. So, the Penguin plan is to plant evidence on Vidi to take the fall. Because he could blackmail him. Now, in the midst of that, Sophia is seen talking to a cop who was on the family payroll, kinda. Not really, but kinda. She asked him to find out any information on who can possibly be a mole in the family. And the cop is pretty good in getting the results, which he did do. I was shocked on that. Sal, guy that got shot during the robbery, well, the drop, he didn't die. But he was recovering at the hospital until the cop kidnapped him and took him to the Falcone residence where they just came back from Al's funeral. We learned more about the Penguin mother having some sort of dementia, as the landlord was calling the Penguin to come help assist because she was outside with no jacket on, thinking it was Sunday, and she was late for a mass. Like, that was crazy in a sense. So his mom got kind of dementia, something like it. He settles her down by putting on some classical music, and they have a slow dance before he leaves for Al's funeral. Now, there was some dialogue at the funeral between Sophia and the Penguin about what Al had done had he been alive, like leaving the funeral early, going to a better party, which was thoughtful in a sense. We also learned that the Penguin lost 2 brothers and how his mother handled their deaths by not having a service for neither one of them, just lying in bed for a month. Then one night she dresses up and take him out on the town for live music and dancing. And that moment when he was telling Sophia the story, I was like, interesting, because yeah, he's crafty, yeah, he's very manipulative, but he also has emotions. So I wasn't expecting to show that. So that was something to see. Word gets around in the South organization that his man was kidnapped from the hospital, and his underboss was going to kill the Penguin for not keeping his word. And I don't blame the underboss, because it's like, you brought us into this mess. You gotta be our eyes when we can't see nothing. So I don't blame him. Before they try to kill him, he informs them that he has blackmailing information on the family. Although it was tempting to the underboss rather have his worker back. So in the midst of that, Penguin shoots over to the Falcon residence to see where he was located. He confronts Vidi, the underboss of the family, about the situation, and he looked confused as day to only find out Luca as well didn't know about the kidnapping. So Vidi tells Sophia that her uncle wants to talk to her, was helped by time for the Penguin to talk to the kidnapped victim. Now, I'm not going to lie, his plan was creative. Had Victor not get caught trying to plant evidence on Vidi in his car, everything would have been Gucci. But nope, it goes left, which put the Penguin in a bad scenario because now he had to kill Sal Worker. When Luca finds out that Sal Worker was murdered in the house, he did a full lockdown and gathered all the drop workers in one room. Now, this scene right here was on point and nerve-wracking. I'm like, what's going to happen? Like, everybody together? The Penguin still had the weapon that killed Sal Worker on, but he hid it in his left arm sleeve. When he realized Vidi get next to him, he creates a diversion by blaming him for being a rat and grabbing him up. In the midst of the commotion, the Penguin plants the murder weapon on Sophia's bodyguard. I ain't gonna hold you guys. I ain't even see that coming. That was very creative, because it just buys time for him to get closer to Sophia as well. Now that her bodyguard is like not there no more, who can she really trust? So she got to depend on the Penguin in a sense. So it was a brilliant idea. It was a brilliant idea. So shout out to the Penguin for doing that. This man keeps getting away by a threat. Literally, by a threat.